always think of those championship seasons. You know, every coach that's won a championship will tell you you're awful darn blessed if you could have the talent to be able to compete for a championship.
From the local high school to the corner drugstore on Main Street, it's towns like these where dreams are made. It's towns like these where legends never die.
If you hear the word Smitty, you know who it is.
You can go at any place in town and they'd have a story about Smitty. Whether that's at the drugstore or at the barber shop, they would have a story about Smitty.
Smitty, Steve Smith. These days, his afternoons are spent walking lucky. As coach of the Oroville Red Riders, the man brought 3 state titles to town, Division III championships in '92 and '95. The next year, Oroville was bumped up to Division II, and Smitty won it again. A living legend in Oroville. Legends never die, but sometimes people do.
But sometimes when you're alone, it's a little scary, I mean, to be honest.
The news came from a doctor in the fall of 2001.
I had a lump on the side of my neck.
Stage 4 throat cancer, 8 weeks of radiation, 96 hours of injections of chemotherapy twice, a neck dissection, and after all that, what do you know, Smitty beat it.
I made it through, so I was feeling really good. I said, oh man, you know, maybe I got a chance, you know. And daggone it, lo and behold, it came back on me. Came back on me hard this time. And
this time the cancer took over his body. Doctors say he won't live much longer.
When you think about dying, you know, what have you done with your life?
What this one person has done with his life is directly affect the lives of hundreds and hundreds of kids. Day after day, an endless stream of Smitty's former players calling or visiting.
Yeah, I'd say, I thought you guys didn't like me. They said we didn't. One of my kids called me from Iraq to thank me, you know, and I didn't even know he was in Iraq, and he called me to tell me thanks, and I said, golly, thank you. You know, he's the one that deserves the thanks.
What did you do with your life while you were here? And I think he's touched so many people, not only, like I said, the athletes.
Officials, opposing coaches, and those are coaches who he beat maybe year in and year out. They love him.
As do former players. Don Short was one of them. He took over the varsity program. Years ago, when his own mother passed away from cancer, Smitty was there. He's always been there, and the legend will always be remembered.
Not for the wins necessarily at all, but just because I feel like I touched some lives, and hopefully I helped some kids along the way.
In Oroville, Mike Kallmeyer, the Ohio News Network.